Please be advised this podcast is all nonsense. Nothing you hear or see while adventuring with the worm should be taken seriously, or more importantly, fact-checked. Try not to let the mispronunciations distract you from the knowledge being shared. You're just riding with two worms trying to have a good time. So, what was the reason we were going to record at night today?
Because the moonbeams make us more powerful than ever.
Is that the reason? I thought you were just scared of the daytime.
No, I've heard if we charge up on the lunar power, we become more powerful.
Really? Would you read this?
Vampires. And it works with vampires.
You read this on a vampire?
Well, he told me. So
I thought you meant you read it on a vampire?
Well, what's the difference between reading something and listening to someone talk?
You hold your breath when you read something.
I didn't hold my breath when he was speaking to him, but I could have.
No, when you're speaking to him, you don't hold your breath.
Oh.
It's when you read something.
Well, either way.
You can't look with your eyes, use your brain, and breathe. That's far too much.
That's a lot to process.
Yeah.
But yeah, Vampire told me that the moon makes you more powerful. So I thought, why not? Give it a go.
This makes sense why they only come out at night.
Power.
Getting that tooth power.
The whole nonsense around them not liking the sun, it's just a lie. They just soak up that sun power.
And Superman probably uses a lot of the sun up.
Yeah, I suppose Superman soaks the sun power. Vampires soak the night power.
Maybe that's why vampires aren't as powerful as Superman, because they share the moon, and the moon's smaller.
It's got to distribute along a larger network, whereas Superman's soaking all the sun power on his own.
He's monopolising the sun.
He's monopolised the sun to power his energy crystals. So people
selfish, actually.
So people who are into like crystal healing, are they just trying to harness the sun energy back from Superman?
Nah, so I think they buy it from whatever the Superman version of Batwish would be.
Super Wish.
Yeah, but Super Wish just sounds like a actual charity organisation.
Ah, yeah, it's like Make a Wish.
Yeah, but Super Wish. Make a Super Wish.
So, I mean, you must got to be really able to make it to Super Wish, because Make a Wish come in, and then they go, look, we've looked at the situation.
We can't handle it.
So Super Wish need to get involved now.
We can't deliver on time. You need Super Wish.
You need Super Wish. Okay.
God, I'd feel really bad for those people that need to use Super Wish.
Yeah, but you know, they're getting Super Wish.
They are getting Super Wish, but I also appreciate that if Make-A-Wish can't make it come true, they've got to go to Super... Is it called Make a Super Wish?
No, it's just Super Wish.
Or is it just Super Wish? But
no, I mean, there's people who go through the Make-A-Wish Foundation who recover perfectly fine. I know people who've used it, and they're okay. But maybe it's just... You can escalate, you know, it's like if you call customer support and you're not happy with your service, you can escalate it to a manager. So if you go through Make-A-Wish and you don't think you've been treated fairly, you can escalate to Super Wish.
And then they give you a discount voucher.
Yeah.
And you're like, may as well use it now, I've got a discount voucher.
My wish was to go to the moon, and Make-A-Wish said no. I'm escalating this to Super Wish.
Oh, so if a Karen were to kind of go, can I speak to your supervisor?
But you're not openly told. So whereas Make-A-Wish is quite well known, people know about it. Super Wish, it's like dark web stuff. You got to find out about them.
I respect that Make-A-Wish still follows through on the wish, knowing that that person might recover.
Yeah.
Because they could very much turn around and go, look, man, you're a 50-50.
Okay, but
how this kid's is pretty much a 90% going to go. Let's do his wish first.
Do they get billed? Like, if you recover, like, look, I hate to break it to you, like, congratulations on the recovery, but, no, man, here's the invoice, because now it's your problem.
Oh, man, that would be... I reckon America would.
America do.
They charge for everything.
Totally, yeah. America probably give you the bill anyway. Like, there's no point to the Make-A-Wish Foundation. They're just an invoice company.
Charge a wish.
Charge a wish.
You wish it upon us and we'll charge you for it.
They've got to organise it all yourself as well. They just sit there. They mediate the talk.
Yeah.
Yes.
Sit down with the lawyers.
You can do that. So
this is why, like, petrol and what they call gas must be so cheap out there. Because they charge so much...
Because the Make-A-Wish Foundation.
Because they charge so much for Make-A-Wish and charge so much for medical bills. They got to lighten the load somewhere.
So they make it cheap to get around the country.
And to get to your wish destination.
But when you get there, you're going to get sued.
Yeah, very much. And you have to pay bills.
You've travelled without a permit, you're getting sued.
I reckon they probably would do that. Do you get charged to move from state to state?
Do you need a passport to go from state to state? Because you're still in America. Or USA. I don't think you don't need a passport to cross the border, do you? I don't know.
No, you don't, because I don't think you need your passport when you're flying internally in the
Yeah.
US. They give you like a
lollipop.
a lollipop, and you've just got to show that you've still got your lollipop when you land.
Oh man, that's not going to work for me. I'd eat it.
That's why you wouldn't be able to survive in America.
Oh no. Swallow it whole.
I've heard you choke many a time.
Don't choke. My gullet's too wide.
You choke on the stick because it turns sideways. Lollipop's fine. That goes down. Enjoying your best life.
That's the worst part. The sideways stick.
And then you have to somehow retrieve your stick. It's a good thing that they're still made from paper. Drink enough water. Just soften up.
The old soft stick.
That's why I won't ever buy plastic stick lollipops for you. Irresponsible.
Yeah, it is. Dangerous game.
Do you reckon that's why lollipops were on paper sticks for kids that might accidentally swallow the stick?
I reckon definitely. Yeah, I reckon.
I reckon definitely.
I reckon that it's a safety thing, isn't it?
Yeah, it must be.
Well, that's why they...
Because you can pass that easily.
There's a hole in the stick of lollipops. So
For choking hazard,
yeah, so they can still breathe. Yeah.
Is that why they have a hole in whistles? Just in case someone
Case
inhales too.
and then also it's really amusing.
Turn up to the emergency room like that. Well, get some lunar power ready, because we're going to have a great old show today, aren't we?
We're going to have a great old show. There should have been panels that harvest solar energy. Not solar
I thought you were going to say like a panel show.
Moon energy.
So, a panel show that harvests moon energy.
No, yeah,
So
a panel show.
by the power of questions.
Yeah, yeah, so we call it
That's what we do.
moon question time.
That's essentially this show.
Yeah.
We harvest moon energy by the power of the questions that you guys don't send in.
Oh my god.
They're on to us. It would be nice to answer a question from a viewer again. Or a viewer, yeah. Nah, I'm going to stick with that.
Again's fair. We have had questions.
No, we have had, yeah.
Yeah.
Just we haven't had any recently.
Yeah, come on guys, stop slacking. We're here. You guys should be here as well.
We're harvesting that moon energy for you.
It's not easy.
Also, we've got a bunch of badges we still haven't sent out.
True that.
And then there's still the first edition run.
Still in their paper box.
It is a paper box, yeah. We just need to know where we're sending them to.
We'll start leaving them places, just on like plant pots.
Like a scavenger hunt.
Yeah.
And if you find one,
You have to give it back.
take a
We
picture.
ain't got that many.
And if you give it back, we may or may not send you a voucher for Super Wish.
Yeah, we'll send you a voucher for Super Wish because no one's going to find it.
Find Super Wish or
Yeah.
find the badges.
Oh, either or.
We do bury them in very difficult places.
Mainly in lava.
I was going to say lava as well.
Oh my god.
I was going to say lava and the Mariana Trench. So we got a load of prehistoric animals that are living down there that bring them back to us. And we have to keep asking them to take them back. So now we put it down there on purpose. I was just trying to bring your merge back. Can I have my discount
Prehistoric's quite an interesting word, isn't it? Like before historic.
badge? Yeah.
Yeah, it's before
so old.
before being old.
Yeah. It's like when people say pre-grandma. So it's like before your grandma
And pre-Jesus.
and pre-Jesus.
Old BCCJ.
Sausage. Sausage?
Yeah.
Oh, that's also sausages. Before sausages.
Before that, that's
Pre-sausage.
pre-sausage.
It's just a pig, really, isn't it? The pre-sausage.
Well, no, because only because pigs existed doesn't mean people were making sausages.
Oh, no, I meant the pre-sausage is a pig.
Oh, I see
Not
what you
be-
mean. Before it becomes a sausage, it's a pig. Well, no, not necessarily, because they can have all the meat harvested before they decide. Because they take the cuts of meat, and then the sausage tends to come last from the leftover cuts.
Oh,
that
so
they haven't
you're
used.
saying, if we're going to be completely literal, off-cuts would be the pre-sausage.
Off-cuts would be pre-sausage.
Oh, I just meant generally before.
Yeah, okay.
Because when they go prehistoric, they don't mean directly before history.
About chicken sausage. You gotta be careful with these things, man, because we'll get shut down by the
I don't think we should.
FCA.
I don't think we should sell chicken sausages anymore.
What? Make good money off those. It's the only income we've got right now until the sponsors get back for us.
They take too much time to make, you know? You know how hard it is to catch a chicken?
And then milk it for its sausage meat.
Exactly.
I squeeze them real hard.
And you know you're only allowed to pluck one feather a day. It takes so long to defeather a chicken.
They are succulent, though.
And eat it with a chicken sausage and nice... Is it Flava beans. Fava beans.
What's a flava bean?
Fava bean? I don't know.
Fava bean.
Is it a fava bean?
No, it's like the word fava bean. It's hilarious.
I don't know what it is. He says something beans.
I know what you mean, but I don't know what beans he says.
And he says a nice Chianti, which I know is wine.
Probably
red wine.
baked beans. He just got it wrong. He got confused. He meant baked beans.
And I ate him with some nice Heinz baked beans and some waffles and a juicy rabina.
No man, he should have.
You know, that would have really changed Hannibal.
It would have made him more approachable, I think, because he's quite high market. Like, he's quite a fancy boy.
Yeah.
If he just sat there with his waffles and beans, much more approachable.
I don't know, in one of the films he managed
He eats waffles and beans.
Nah, he feeds a kid a brain.
Yeah,
Cooked
but
brain, though. He's not an animal.
gave the kid a brain with waffles and beans, the kid would have been happy.
The kid was happy with the brain.
Until he probably found out it was a brain.
No, I didn't find out.
Exactly. If he found out it was a brain, he would have been angry.
Yeah, but how do you get a child to try new things if you just keep feeding
he'll
him
lie.
waffles and beans? Lie?
Okay.
What was it? It's a new type of bean? It tasted a bit smooshy.
It's the old brain bean.
Oh, is it like a baked bean? Yeah,
Yep.
but it's the brother of a baked bean. It's a brain bean.
The larger brother.
It's quite big.
It's the big brother, okay? You only need one bean.
Well, yeah. And that'll probably last you a while.
You reckon? I reckon, like...
I guess it depends. For
Do
a
you reckon
child,
it's
that
quite
way.
massy? Or is it like,
Massy.
or is it like cotton... What's the word? Candy floss?
Is it? Oh, you're going to say cotton candy?
Yeah.
Is it like cotton? Dry when you put it in your mouth?
So if it gets wet, does it just start dissolving?
I don't think so. I think
Or is it like jelly? So it's not... It's not too heavy.
it would be easy to slice into, but difficult to chew uncooked. But what I reckon when it's cooked, it's like an oyster. It's probably quite slimy beforehand, but when you cook it,
How would you cook it? Braise it.
tie it to a rope and spin it real fast.
You gotta get some
'Cause
speed on it.
It's such a light, delicate meat.
I reckon thinly slice it. And then just like hot pan.
I'd probably have it like I'd smoke it like smoked salmon, but smoked brain
Yeah.
with some nice cream cheese, chives, and a bruschetta, toasted bruschetta.
Yeah.
Oh, I sound like Hannibal now. I'm enjoying my brain
With
party.
my flava beans?
Fava beans.
With my fava beans?
My flavourless fava beans. Yeah, send us a question. I know we normally say that at the end, but I'm going to say it now.
I'm gonna say it now, otherwise we'll eat more brains. Should we do a question?
Can do a question.
What is an alternative to war countries could settle differences with?
Can it literally be anything?
Yeah, sure. Because we all know war. It's good for nothing.
Not that I'm going to do this, but could you do something like noughts and crosses, or like tic-tac-toe, or like rock, paper, scissors? I'm not going to use those, but I mean those are okay examples, aren't they?
Yeah, I mean, they're fine, but I think the only problem with settling it something like that is it's very much a one-on-one sport. So who are you going to nominate to play? Because the problem is with that, if someone loses, then the losing side's argument's going to be, oh, well, they're not a good representative for us in that.
Yeah, but that's the same with war. You send everybody in.
No, because then they recruit people and they train them and they give them equipment, so they are suitable candidates to be for war because they are trained military.
Militants.
Militants. I was going to say militants. Was that a word?
Yeah, militant.
Okay.
But militant is a adjective, I think.
Okay, but yeah, either way, they're trained for the job. They are trained to fight wars.
Sponge athletics.
What's sponge athletics?
Sponge-related athletics.
Okay, like
So, sponge discus.
I'd love to see sponge. No distance.
Sponge shot put.
Do you reckon there'd be like a controversy with sponge discus because someone would get long distance and they'd found out they've soaked the sponge?
Water. The controversy is definitely there. But don't forget, we're using it against war, and there's always controversy in war, so you need at least...
Nah, war's always very clean cut, straight down the middle. Look, you shot us, we lost, okay, done.
I just think it's... Maybe make war a bit more interesting. Sponge... Oh, what's that sport? Relay?
Yeah, well, I don't know if sport...
long jump.
Yeah.
Sponge jump.
What's that?
See how far you can jump in a sponge? So you have a massive sponge,
Yeah.
and you're going to be in a water suit.
Okay.
You've got to run and see how far you can jump in your water suit so you soak an area of this massive sponge.
I think the only problem with nominating a sport for this, especially only these sorts of
Sponge curling.
is you're competing to get the best time or grade. I think we need some sort of system where there's going to be a knockout. Where
Yeah, but it says alternative, and I feel like knockout is going back to kind of war.
no, because we could do like what's that show, Ninja Warrior, where they compete and then there is an overall winner.
But there's an overall winner with all these, like with like Olympics.
Yeah,
and
but
athletics.
I think you're just competing for the best score. You're not actively competing against each other. Now you're not doing that. I'm trying to think of a way where you can oppose them in some way. So like a ball sport would make sense, like football or something. But then that's boring. So we need something where they can oppose the opposition.
Can it be sponge related?
I mean, yeah, I'm not against it being sponge related at all. I want something where maybe there's a bit more push and pull, like tug of war.
How about sponge board?
What's okay? If you explain what sponge board is.
No idea, but I like the idea of a game being called Spongeboard.
Okay.
So if we can create a game called Spongeboard, I think.
What's that game called where they throw beanbags into a hole?
Oh, I want to say bean toss, but it isn't.
Yeah,
Is it beanbag toss?
Nah.
I think that's the UK version, but there's an actual name for it, isn't there?
There is definitely a name for it.
The beanbags are called something.
Yeah. And they scoot it up a board, and then there's like a hole in the middle.
Yeah.
I think it's called something hole. Yeah, it's definitely called.
Yeah, but the beanbags aren't called beanbags. They're called something. That's whatever the beanbag is called.
It's called something hole.
Beanbag hole. No, it's not.
Yeah,
beanbag
just
hole.
put beanbag hole game and see what comes up. Cornhole. Cornhole. That's it.
Cornhole.
I knew it's something hole.
Is it called cornhole toss?
No, well, I've always heard it called cornhole. It might be called cornhole toss, but I've just seen it called cornhole.
Cornholing.
Cornholing. Like cornholing?
Nah.
Okay. That settles that.
But you could do a sponge version.
Okay. What would you call it? Sponge hole? Or sponge board? Because it's on a board.
Yeah, maybe. I kind of like the idea. I don't know. We don't have to have sponges. That was just my initial thought. I'm slightly invested in it. If you can pull me away from that, definitely willing to do a different. Are we going to do something that already exists, or are we going to just create something completely new?
Bumper cars.
That's completely new.
Yep.
So
the
what I'm
concept
saying is they ride rhinos.
Yeah. So what the concept of bumper cars is, they all sit on these little carts that are attached to a metal electric grid.
Yeah.
And they drive round, probably an isolated little course with bumpers round it.
Okay.
And they can drive into each other.
Right. How'd you get this idea?
That's off the top of my head. Oh, you ever watched Takeshi's Castle?
I have, yes.
The game at the end where they have the paper
And the water cannons.
and they have the little paper thing.
And they have to hit the water
What
cannon.
about that?
Nah, because Takeshi would sue us. We ain't got any money.
No, because I think that's finished.
Nah, I think they'd still have rights over it.
And okay, what if we negotiate with Takeshi?
Or we just change it from paper to...
Sponge.
Yeah. And whoever has the most saturated sponge at the end loses.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that might work.
Yeah. Or bumper cars, but we call it sponge cars. And it's the same concept. But they have sponges all around it just for extra protection. So the game lasts longer.
Okay. What about Russian roulette?
But with sponges.
With sponges?
Ah, I think that would just last forever.
With Nerf guns?
Ooh. It'd be way more comical. I did like the idea of some sort of like ninja run type thing, but again, war is normally for if you're going to go traditional war.
Yeah,
where-
I just don't want to put the militaries out of business because they've invested a lot of money. So I wanted it to be something where they could still at least utilise their pre-trained militaries.
Yeah, but the pre-trained military still can be used for martial law.
Okay.
But I guess they would have a lot less to do.
Yeah, so at least they could compete. So it'd be like the military Olympics sort of.
Okay, so what can... Okay, we have to do something that military can do now. There's no point getting them to do something that's really out of their depth, like calligraphy wars. Because I reckon I don't think they learn calligraphy. I'm not saying nobody in the military can do calligraphy.
Yeah, but I'm saying there's probably a lot less people in the military who are efficient at calligraphy than they are at fighting.
Yeah. Are they? Yeah, they're not calligraphers. Yeah, so I think... What?
Well, everything's going electronic these days. Why don't we just get them to play Call of Duty? Same difference, isn't it?
Because I reckon they play that a lot already.
Yeah, so they're trained.
Nah, it's boring.
I'm not saying it doesn't have to, war's not fun.
But we can make it fun. We have... The world is our oyster right now.
Okay, then they play.
And I feel like Call of Duty is just not... It's too easy an answer. Everybody's going to say that.
They play Mario Party then.
See, now we're talking.
Yeah.
I feel like it's going to be difficult for everybody to play Mario Party at once.
Yeah, I think it's only up to
Four
four players. Yeah.
And the rotation would be awful.
Yeah, well, it has a lot of players. There's a game called Mag that had 256 players.
No. You know, I think it might be in Ireland where they do a cheese run. Where they put a cheese wheel.
That's in Gloucester.
Okay. And yeah. And they roll that cheese down a hill.
Yeah.
And they send everybody down, and whoever gets to the cheese first wins.
No, I thought you had to escape the cheese. Do you have to catch the cheese?
You have to catch the cheese.
Oh, I thought the cheese was after then.
No, the cheese goes first.
I'm thinking of the ball run.
Yes.
When the balls come. Yeah.
Maybe we can get some sort of
crushed cheese ball.
but also
a sponge.
But also Tomatolina.
Who?
Which is Tomatolina? It's a tomato festival.
Oh.
I
thought it was a person.
So in Tomatolina.
Tomatolina?
Yeah, she's a ballerina.
Okay.
They do... Oh, what was it? So all the overripe tomatoes that they don't use, they just gather all up and they have like a tomato fight in the middle of like somewhere.
That seems very wasteful.
Yeah, actually, we want to do something more environmentally friendly.
Yeah.
I think, well, we can't do anything bull running then.
Why?
It's not environmentally friendly. And also, it's not very nice to build bulls.
What's not?
I mean, it's already frowned
okay,
upon.
so what if we build a... Okay, so... Mecha Godzilla.
Oh, okay. Okay, yeah, cool. You've got something. You're really on something here.
It's a mix between cheese rolling and the bull run.
Okay.
But it's safe against animals because it's Mecha Godzilla, who's not organic. It's fine. It's robotic.
Yeah.
So people are cool with that. It's futuristic because it's Mecha Godzilla, so we're up with the times. And basically, he just destroys them all.
Who controls Mechagodzilla?
Oh, I think it's like a psychic brain connection, but I mean, one person controls it. So what?
I'll do it then.
Why?
I don't want to have anything where someone's open to a bribe.
Well, I was going to say it'd be whoever is the current president of the internet. So initially it'd be Jackie Chan, and he's not going to be open to bribes.
He won't be, but the next person.
The next one might be. And
I don't want to have. I want it to be in a way where the only people who are possible in it are the military. But I do feel like some sort of cheese run.
Okay, what about a massive game of musical chairs?
Take too long.
Well, what? Wars go on for years. I don't think time's a problem.
We can reduce the time.
We can reduce the time, but that's not what we've... There's no... The question wasn't war's taking a bit long. Can you help speed it up? It's an alternative. So I'm thinking we get all the militaries together when they declare war on one another. Big old room, lots of chairs, musical chairs, or pass the parcel. Or maybe we can split them into two teams.
Again, who controls music?
And so NATO or something, I don't know.
NATO wouldn't be agreeing with the war anyway.
NATO are all about war.
Yeah, but they don't put that on their rap sheet, do
true.
they?
They act like
anti-war, aren't they?
They're like that.
No, we're here to stop the war.
Okay, then Mechagodzilla.
I still think there's something... What did you say earlier? Cornhole. Something with cheese running and cornhole.
That's going to be so difficult.
Nah, isn't... Or maybe... You know how you thought cheese rolling worked? You could beat the cheese. Or as
no, it wasn't. Not so much about
beat the cheese. Not beat it up.
It wasn't so much about beating cheese. I thought people were running from the cheese in fear, like the bull run.
Yeah, but I'm saying maybe we could do something like that. Maybe we put everybody in the military at the top of an active volcano.
Okay.
As soon as the volcano erupts, everybody else tries to run away from it.
Yeah, but that's not necessarily going to decide a winner.
Why?
Because multiple people might get away. And what if these multiple people are from different armies? Then we've got...
I was going to say, you've got the same number of people, but I guess...
Yeah, but, if it's, say, North Korea versus America, Like, America has more athletes than North Korea. They're all going to get burnt.
We don't know that. North Korea is very private.
Yeah,
They probably have loads of athletes.
They're also not
probably
allowed...
got lava people.
They're also not allowed to go outside or look at the sun or anything like that.
I reckon they've got lava people in training. They sit in lava all day.
Maybe.
Keep her nice and toasty.
Okay.
I thought this was going to be simple.
It's really not.
I think it's trying to make sure it's a good solution to war. Not just...
Because we don't want this solution to break out of war. Like, they're angry at how the...
This is what I was worried about musical chairs and Mechagodzilla because of the...
Well, no, because musical chairs has a very...
No, because of the music being controlled by someone.
Yeah.
Or by, the possibility of bribing.
What about rock, paper, scissors?
See, that's where I started at the beginning, didn't I? I said, well, maybe rock, paper, scissors. Yeah, we can't... Yeah, maybe.
That Kaplunk.
Was that the one with the sticks and the marbles?
Yeah.
How about frustration? Or how about just a bunch of games? How about Risk? The board game?
Okay.
Because no one knows how to play it.
Everyone knows how to play Risk. It's a really easy game.
Ooh, how about Go?
Okay. But it's only 1v1 again. I think we need to get as many people involved from each side as we can, so there's
in one sitting.
Yeah, just so there's no arguments about who really won, because if they go, oh, Billy shouldn't have been on the Go team because he doesn't know how to spell Go.
Okay. 4, 7, P? Okay, so a question about... So at the moment, war is fought. If one side's got 12,000 combatants and the other side has 2,000, tough. You battle it out as it is. Are we going to say that both sides have to put forward the same number of combatants?
That's
or
a good
are we going to
point.
keep it the same, that they go, well, you decided to go to war with a country that you can't handle to go to war with? So we even out war a bit?
Yeah, but then that could result in, like, dictatorships and that, innit?
But I also think it weans out the bullying.
It does wean out the bullying a little bit.
All these countries that are like, well, we can go to war with you because we've got like 40,000 people ready to go to war and you've got 7 Mayan people living in the jungle.
Yeah, but that's what happens already.
Yeah, but we can change that. These countries that can bully people won't be bullying people.
It's about hide and seek.
Who's the seeker? Again, open to bribes.
Yeah.
I was going to say do like an animal, but then if you know what animal is going to be the seeker, you could just plant meat on the other. Do you want this vegetarian sandwich? But really, it's a ham sandwich, and then the lion's after this guy, mauls him, starts a war.
It's really tricky.
No wonder war is war at the moment, because other people, that has not been something that people can do instead. How about food eating competitions?
I was thinking that, some sort of like food eating competition. But then America will just always win.
Yeah, they have a lot of
the girthy boys.
the guzzlers.
Yeah. About petrol drinking competition.
Because no one's actually tried it.
No one's tried it.
But I also feel like petrol's a commodity that's quite expensive.
It's expensive.
Because the more we waste on war, the more everybody has to pay for it. We could do... This is what I thought, the athletics. We don't have to do the same athletics they have, but a bunch of different events.
And what, the person with the most wins is the winner.
Yeah, their country wins.
But then what about just the underdeveloped countries again? Because they're just not going to have the training facilities that the developed countries are going to have.
This is what I thought.
Because if we do a swimming event, like if us can't swim...
This is what I thought. If we create something that's never existed before, don't take something that's already out there. No one can train for it because they'll never know.
Victorian squat scooting.
Ooh. See, now we're talking. How does it work?
So, you sit on one leg.
Okay, how do you sit? Oh, tuck it under you.
Tuck it under.
What's going on with the other leg? I was going to say, what's with the other leg?
You stick that out in front of you.
Can it touch the floor?
Yeah, no, it has to be on the floor.
Okay.
And then you dig your heel into the floor and bring your knee up to scoot yourself forward.
What's with the Victorian part?
I thought it had to be given an era when it was, like, concepted. I thought Victorian sounded good. Because then no one can argue its validity.
That's, again, preying on people's strength and ability.
Well, no, because anyone can train that. there's no advantage to training in different environments.
Yeah, chop your leg off.
Yeah, but we're not doing the Paralympic version.
I also think people who are already naturally built up are going to have the strength. You know what? They don't get a lot of military personnel to do. Like IQ tests and stuff. Do they? I know they give them tests to make sure they're not completely brain dead.
I mean, I don't know.
So why don't we just come up with a paper test?
Like a spot the difference.
I was thinking more like, oh no, actually people can train to do that.
What, spot the difference?
No, I was going to say like write pi to as many decimals, but they can
No, that's just
yeah. Spot the difference is a good idea. And you just have to keep doing it. We'd have like loads, and because they would never know which images are going to come up either. You can't. You can train for spotting differences, but you can't train for that specific one.
What about, you know, when you go on a website and you have to do the captcha to prove you're not a robot?
Yeah.
We developed some sort of captcha that they have to do to win the war. Like, oh, you've got to solve this captcha. Click all the images with 6 ducks in, and then have to count the ducks. Click the ducks. Sometimes there might be 6 goose.
Again, it's just going to be... Could you imagine trying to get that many computers ready at the same time on one network? Even Jackie Chan can't handle that.
Yeah, it's true. It's a lot of work to put on Jackie.
See, I kind of like the spot the difference idea, but I just don't think... I still think sponge athletics is not a bad idea.
I never said it was a bad idea. I just don't want there to ever be a situation where there's a war created because people aren't happy with the result. And I just think anything athletic related, there's always going to be the argument of training facilities.
How about sponge mathletics?
Okay, we'll explain. What's that?
So, still have sponge is in it.
Well, clearly, because it's called the Sponge Mathletics.
But they have to do mathematics as well as sponge-related activities.
Okay, so what are the sponge-related activities?
Wash 42 plates.
Okay, so they're just doing the washing up.
But we're getting them to do stuff as well. So you have to wash 42 plates, quickest, find the sponge, sponge mines.
I don't think this is going to work.
Yeah, I haven't thought it through. I just like the idea of a sport called sponge mathletics.
Yeah, no, I like it. I like sponge mathletics, and I really, really would like something sponge related.
Just say something like tiddlywinks, because it doesn't require. It's more skill, isn't it, than strength?
To some degree, yeah.
No, definitely more skill than strength.
No, it's also a lot of luck. Tiddlywinks is more luck than...
Nah. Flick that tiddly on the right wing.
Okay, why don't we just bring pugs back?
Oh, that's not actually a bad... Conkers?
Yeah, but I definitely think there's some regions of the world that will have advantage in conkers. Just because they have better... What is it? Conifer trees?
Yeah, but I also think there's more possibility for them to try to cheat.
Yeah.
Cook the conkers.
Soaking them in vinegar, all that. Yeah,
all that jazziness.
Dirty tactics.
Yeah. What did you just say before that?
Pugs. So, every country is distributed... How many? Like 100,000 pugs.
Yeah.
When they want to go to war with somebody, instead of issuing out their military, they distribute out X amount of pugs. Now, they could put forward all of them.
Yeah.
Or they could put in 100. Depends on how much control they want, what they're after.
Okay.
Because pugs you always play for keeps.
Yeah.
So each side puts in their pugs, throw your slammer in, collect your pugs, and then you'll have a new number after, and then it's decided, because now one side will have more pugs than the other.
Still 1-on-1 there, isn't it?
And that is the
How about
problem.
poker? Like a poker tournament?
Oh, okay. No, so everybody in the military gets distributed like 100 pugs, and they can choose to play any one of them in pugs.
So a pog tournament.
It's kind of a pug tournament, but it's also a free for all. So everybody goes to a battlefield, and there's all the tables set up.
Can we Can we not call it a battlefield?
Pug field. They go to the pug field, and there's not necessarily any games pre-set up. You just challenge. Because obviously, when there's war, you just shoot at somebody. There's not. I'm going to shoot so and so at 12 o'clock over there.
Snipers do.
Yeah, snipers do, and that
Specialist skill, isn't it?
we might have to put in a category for them. We'll come to that on a different day. But yeah, you go up and you challenge somebody, and you have each side puts in their pugs, and then the winner of that pug, and then obviously at the end you have a pug count from all your military, and that's your new pug total.
Okay, I think this is more feasible.
Yeah,
we'll have to vet people.
And then if you lose all your pugs, you die.
I think you just have to go home. You see what I mean? So people don't have to die anymore.
Okay,
you just get sent out of the military.
And
because essentially, if you die, you leave the military.
But they can apply for more pugs, but they're also a liability at that point because they're like we just
but they have to go right through training again.
Oh yeah, but they're like we gave you 100 pugs and you lost them all in one pug match. We're not giving you another 100 pugs.
You're irresponsible with your pug distribution.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think maybe this is a little bit more.
And like instead of dog tags, people wear the pug slammers around their neck.
Pug tags.
Pug tags.
Oh yes.
Yeah.
Oh man.
You can have commemorative war pugs. So if you're a winner of a battle, you get a commemorative pug to go in your pug collection.
And so the pug of honor.
Yeah, pug of honor.
Oh,
see,
man, you know what? This is actually great.
Yeah.
And you can rank up. So the higher you are in the military, the better your slammer is. So if you're a general, your slammer's amazing, but you probably don't use it very often because you're a general.
Yeah.
You don't go to war very much as a general because you don't want to lose, and you don't want to probably die. But also, you've worked your way to that.
Yeah, you don't need to play the slammer games anymore.
That's where you get a better slammer. But if you choose to go to war, you've got, and that makes it because most generals are older because obviously they've worked their way up.
Yeah.
So they've done their time in war and just generally working their way up, and I feel like. The reason they don't go to war is because they're more elderly, but they've worked their way up. So if they chose to go to war, they would have a lot of knowledge, a lot of intel and all this stuff. But they're old, so they wouldn't be very good in a physical battle. Mm-hmm. But in a pog battle,
still useful.
Yeah, and it's like that. Well, I've been in the military for 30 years. I'm not going to do it, but if I need to step in, man's bringing his slammer along and it'll slam.
You won't want to see my slammer.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Oh, man. So you issued your basic training slammer.
Your basic slammer in your ration pack.
Yeah, but you don't actually get any pogs.
They'd have to be given pugs.
Not in basic training.
Oh, not in basic training.
Oh, yeah,
obviously, if they went to battle. Yeah. They use steel bits of card in training.
They'll use pog blanks.
Pog blanks. Circular, just cut bits of card with no pictures on.
Yeah. No prints.
Yeah.
No damage. Yeah, this is good. And snipers would obviously have a different type of slammer.
Long range slammer.
Long range slammer.
On a string. So they could retrieve it.
We're only allowed one, so yeah.
Oh my god, it's just someone in the slammer across the battlefield after the mist. Oops, let me just get that back.
I'm going to see someone standing on the string. Oi, can you get off my string?
And him a slammer. Oh.
What are the what are those tank people?
The brigadiers?
Yeah. What are they going to have? Like
Which are big slammer.
That caused some pog damage.
Major collateral pog damage.
But in fairness, they do cause damage now, so they'd have to. I don't think they'd get a tank, but maybe they'd get a stand on the shoulders of a tall guy so they get more height.
Paratroopers just as they're parachuting in.
Oh yeah, good point. Oh, I think we're onto it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like it.
Makes sense. And also, it brings pugs back. I love pugs.
Finally
see my pug collection.
You can't use your pug collection.
Why?
Because you're not in the military, you're in basic training.
Yeah, we can sell them. Big money.
Which is kind of like doing the espionage around real life.
Exactly.
War.
Like, yeah, Lord of War, innit?
Don't do that.
Why?
Because you're better than that.
Big money off my pug collection?
No, don't. Save it. Because then when all the pugs start running out, we'll be the only ones with pugs.
Exactly. And then we'll be kings of the world. Because we'll be the only one with pugs.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So I'll challenge you to pugs. They'll be like, I haven't got any pugs. We'll
We got all the pugs?
That was real easy. Oh, brilliant. Pugs it is.
Pugs it is. It wasn't as hard as we thought. We got there in the end.
I definitely, if I was going to be in the military now, I'm definitely being a sniper. It's the best job. Either that or I'd be in a pug tank or on a pug tank, so I'd be just on the
I
shoulders.
would like to be in a pug tank.
My tank would be the Rock. I'd sit on his shoulders and just start throwing pugs down. No, I was missing the Rock.
I reckon The Rock would be good at pugs. I reckon he's got a pug collection.
I reckon he's got a good pug face. It's like poker face. Because he's so smiley and nice, you just think, he's not going to do anything. Next thing you know, pugs are gone.
Wrecks all your pugs.
And he'd probably have like a really cool slammer as well.
I bet it's like a really good like tube to keep his pugs in as well. Because you can get like custom tubes. His base is real nice.
Yeah. I think we wouldn't even give... Yeah, well, you get your standard tube when you leave the military.
Oh, you'd get like, what's the word? What is the word? Standard issue. You get your standard issue pug sleeve.
Yeah.
But then obviously people would have their wacky pug sleeves, they'd get custom ones made. Like when they used to paint the pin-up girls on the side of planes, they'd do the same but on their pug tubes.
Yeah, that's it then. That's easy. I say it was easy. That was actually probably quite a difficult question for us.
That was definitely one of the harder ones. Normally we're pretty concise and quick to answer, but we struggled.
It's because we didn't want to... We wanted something better.
Yeah, we wanted something better than war.
I know it just said do something different.
But for making the world a better place, yeah.
That's what we've got to do. Perfect.
Would the pugs keep the same spokesperson? Because it used to be that caveman.
That was original pugs.
Yeah.
Oh, we could be the spokespeople.
Ooh.
Because we're off Earth.
That's true. So would we be in charge of printing and distributing pugs?
We'll set up a pug centre.
There'd need to be like a national mint of pugs that's completely isolated. It's not part of any country, so it's kept in like the North or South Pole.
Nah. Keep it in space.
Oh yeah, keep it in space. That's a good idea.
We'll set up our own International Space Centre, but we'll call it the International Pug Centre.
And it prints all the pugs.
Or was it? No, International Space Station.
International Space Pug Space Centre.
International.
Pugs.
Why would it be international?
No.
Worm National. WNDs. WMDs. No. Worm Pug Centre.
The Worm Pug Centre.
WPC.
Yeah.
I mean, you can put WSPC if you want. Worm Space Pug Centre.
No, it's obvious. It's in space. You can see it.
It's got a big cave. It's got a worm and a caveman on the side.
And a giant pug.
Yep. So how are we going to stop war now to introduce this?
Just tell them.
What? So you send out like an email to everybody?
We'll send out an email, but we'll also send a letter. Just because people, oh, my internet was down, oh, yeah, my Wi-Fi doesn't work.
What else?
And obviously people could say the letterbox is glued shut.
So should we just send every form of communication?
I've seen the cost. That's the problem. Emails are free, that's fine. Got to print a lot of letters, though.
Everybody listens to the podcast.
Oh, yeah.
Just doing this.
So, okay, guys.
Listen.
No more war?
Yeah.
Done.
Starting from... No, because we need to have a chance to actually get all the pugs sorted out. So choose...
What date should we say?
We've got to give ourselves a few years. We've got busy. We still got that butter thing we've got to sort out.
Yeah, still got sliced butter.
And that fishless legs.
Fishless legs and sliced butter. So war will have to go on the back burner for now. So should we aim for 2030?
Yeah, because we're still tweaking out surprise cans at the moment.
We'll say first for the first 2030 for now. But
Oh, no, don't do it in New Year's.
Why?
I'd celebrate every day.
Okay.
Also, I'm really hungover on that.
Okay, well, the 1st of July, middle of the year.
You know what? Kids are kind of finishing school then. Yeah, that's not bad.
So 1st of July 2030, but pencil it in.
Yeah.
Because we could move. Don't ink it in yet.
We'll update you in about 5 years, 6 years.
So just light pencil.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Light.
Yeah.
You got to be able to rub it out and be able to never know you wrote it in.
Yeah. So just as light as your hand can go on that paper.
If anything, just so light, you just memorise it rather than write it down.
And we'll update you. We'll let you know.
Yeah, once we've got a bit more pug spending.
But in the meantime, start winding war down a little bit,
Yeah, take
slow it
easy.
down. Yeah.
If anything, maybe start training
Pugs.
training pugs.
Yeah. Training in pugs.
Oh, I think meant training the actual pugs. Well, they're not alive. Oh yeah, start pug training.
Start your pug training.
Ooh, so what's it? It's called basic training, isn't it? So it'll be Pog.
Right, could it
just
either
do
be
Pog training?
Pog training or basic Pog training? Because you could do advanced Pog training, like psyching out your
APD.
opponent, yeah,
APT.
slammer technique, range.
Yeah, and I think that's then when you'd go into your special. So you know how you have snipers and stuff like
Yeah.
that. Basic Pog training, and then you have like, you know, like slammers, accuracy. Oh my god, yeah.
General rules, because some people are going to go into Pogs and not know how it works.
I mean, they should really learn that in basic Pog training.
Well, you learn it in school anyway, but you know, some people don't pay attention.
Because you have military laws, so you have military Pog lawyers. Pog lawyers.
Pog, you've got those Pog lawyers anyway, because the amount of times people lose Pogs and they're not happy.
Yeah, but that's it. But that's fine. That's like normal lawyers, normal Pog lawyers. But
Yeah.
these are going to be military Pog lawyers.
Opens up the industry for the Pog lawyers as well, because they're very one note at the moment. They don't have much to deal with. It's mainly cases of people losing Pogs.
I don't want to cut down more trees to make these though. So
Yeah, but
is there a sustainable sort
we
of...
can use recycled materials.
Yeah, but people try to do that now and they're rubbish at it. Maybe we just don't use paper.
Yeah, but we can recycle all the guns to make the slammers. So we've got the
yeah.
metal.
What else do they use?
They must have paper.
Yeah, I'm just trying to think, is there a way for us to not have to... No, actually, yeah. If we use paper, it's recyclable. That's fine, yeah. We just can't use anything plastic.
Oh yeah, there's no plastic.
That's fine. Oh my god, I'm really going to open this up.
About time Pogs make a comeback.
I don't think they ever left.
No, I'm not saying they left in total, but it's an underground scene at the moment.
It is very much like the Fast and Furious of the Pog world.
Yeah, it's like Street Countdown.
Straight down.
It's there, but it's hard to find games. That's what Pogs is like.
Not played very often.
Sometimes you
Shut
walk
down
in
very
the streets with your Pog tube for hours before you find a Poganeer and
Pog wizard.
a Pog wizard. And sometimes you're just so tired by the time you find them, you haven't got the strength to slam anymore.
Yeah. I just think people, you don't play often enough.
Yeah, to refine your skills, that's the problem. Like, you go into it like half practiced.
Yeah, I feel like these are kind of like really, what is it called when you have like a pickup game and everybody's not that great? It's not like the NBA. So maybe bringing Pogs back to this level of, it's going to be like the top
Poganeers.
Poganeers, yeah.
Yeah.
Pogsters.
They don't like being called Pogsters.
Well, better change the name. What is Soldier? Pogger?
Pogja.
Podger.
A podger.
Podger.
What's your job? I'm a podger.
Yeah, maybe Poganeers, but I like Podger. Maybe that's what you're doing in basic training, you're a Podger.
Oh, and then you're a Poganeer when you graduate.
Yeah.
Okay.
The names get cooler.
No, do get cooler.
So you become like a Pog legend. Because Pog General's a bit boring.
Pogland.
We'll come up with the names.
Yeah.
Work it out. That's sorted then. That's all right.
Yeah.
And as always, we managed to get you 2 questions.
As always.
Don't know
If you didn't hear the other one, it's because you weren't listening.
You should really listen.
You really should listen. But yeah, as well as listening, you should definitely watch on our YouTube.
Got some trailers up there for the podcast we've already got going out, and we have some exciting materials coming your way. So if you aren't
Pog related.
and unpog related, we're covering everything.
All the genres, Pog and non-Pog.
Just so you are aware.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I think it's spelt the exact same way as everything else on our stuff, not just everything else, not all the words put together.
A lot of words are similar.
Yeah. So.
And then Twitter us on Twitter, email us on email,
And ask for a badge.
Facebook us on Facebook,
All I ask is you watch the YouTube.
and you send us your Pogs.
Actually, yeah, any Pogs that you don't need anymore really help the distribution.
If you're not a qualified Poganeer, so you're not using them, then you need to send them to the Worm Pog station
And if you're not going to send
for
them,
recommissioning.
you now will have to have a license to hold
Oh,
Pogs
you would have to be licensed to have Pogs.
and hold slammers.
Yeah.
There's 2 different licenses we're going to be sending out. You need a license
Well, yeah, because
to
you
hold
could
Pogs.
be a Pog reseller,
Yeah, that's fine, but you need
but
to
you
have a
wouldn't.
license.
You wouldn't be like a slammer user.
Yeah, but you still need a license to hold a slammer and a license.
Oh, that's
to
what I'm
hold
saying.
Pogs.
So
Yeah,
if
yeah.
you were a Pog reseller, you don't have a Pog holder license
Yeah.
because you're not actually slamming
Well,
them.
you'd still need 2 licenses: a Pog holding license and a Pog reselling license.
Oh yeah, you need the Pog reseller license.
I mean, if you want the whole shebang, like the whole POG and Slammer
we
reseller,
do a discount for if you want all three.
you do, but the training for it and the paperwork.
Oh, you have to come to us as well.
Yeah,
We aren't coming to you.
yeah.
We've got so much to do.
I mean, I don't know if you've heard.
If it's noisy, it's because we've got the sliced butter factory on the worm pug station as well.
You got the engineers in, and the chains.
Yeah, the chains as
Got
well.
the chains going.
Oh man, we've got so much to do. Sometimes I just think we give ourselves too much work.
You guys don't understand how much effort we put in to just make sure you can hear our voices every 2 weeks.
We're covered in chains. We've got butter all over the place. We've got paper cuts from pugs.
The pineapple juice hasn't dried up yet, and my chandeliers, candles need replacing.
Oh man, you guys need to start appreciating us more. We've got so much on.
I just want to feel the love sometimes. Write me a letter.
Yeah.
Write me a love letter.
Right, so let me put a pug in it.
Yeah, please. All right. Well, for this week, we'll let you go.
Yeah, for this one this week done. That's my catchphrase, as you all know.
This one this week done.
Well out, friends.
Bye bye.